Rory McIlroy, the Gladiator mindset. What's his secret to unstoppable success? Yes, McIlroy's finally done it. His 14-year goal, in fact, lifelong goal, has been realised. He's won the Masters and he's now joined that elite group of 5 other golfers who have won the Grand Slam, which is all the 4 majors in golf. There are only 6 players, which McIlroy is now part of, that have achieved this feat in 90 years. Yes, 90 years. Tiger Woods was the last one to do it back in 2020. McIlroy now has legendary status. He's got immortality. He will now be talked about in the echelons of history as being part of that elite group, which in the modern world that we're in today is an even greater fate when you think about the competition and who he's been up against. He played in the Masters for the first time back in 2009. 14 years this has been his goal. 2011 he came really close when he went into the final round with a 4-shot lead, but he blew it. Now, what was his secret? What's the recipe that's really differentiated McIlroy from the rest of the pack? Is it his laser beam focus, his unbelievable goal and clarity that he created about what he was trying to achieve, and his tenacity and determination to stay the course? They are all key ingredients. But there's one ingredient that stands out head and shoulders above the rest, and the ingredient is this: his bounce back ability. The word bounce back ability became an addition to the English Collins Dictionary back in 2005. It was coined by Ian Dowie, who was the manager of Crystal Palace at the time. The reason bounce back ability became an addition to the English language was Crystal Palace were really struggling at the time. They needed bounce back ability to stay in the Championship or the Premiership at the time. That's where the expression bounce back ability came from. But Rory McIlroy has got it in spades. McIlroy isn't like Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods, if there's a hard pathway or an easy pathway, Tiger Woods took the easy pathway. He blew the competition out of the water. He would win the Masters by 8 clear shots. McIlroy went into the final round of the Masters in 2025 2 shots ahead, and even on within the first 2 holes, he'd blown that lead. The swinging was unbelievable. One of the commentators made a really interesting point when they said if a director for Hood movie had written the script for the final round of the Masters, the highs and the lows and what the players went through, it would have been so unbelievable that it would never have made it to being into a movie. But that is what happened. It's going to be revered as one of the best rounds of the Masters for excitement, for drama, and McIlroy came out the other side eventually on top. But from somewhere there has to be a deep, rich reservoir of reserves, of resilience, of mentality, of mindset, that when you have those lows, how do you get yourself back to those unbelievable highs? And there were 4 or 5 key points when McIlroy could have easily blown it in that final round of the Masters, where he wouldn't have realised his destiny, where he wouldn't have joined that elite group, but somehow he managed to dust himself off, pick himself up, refocus, and go again. And bounce back ability, my metaphor is like the bouncy ball, and the harder the bouncy ball hits the floor, the higher it bounces back. And McIlroy has got that in spade loads. Somewhere over the years, he has built an unbelievable reservoir of resilience, of ability to dust himself off, get back up and go again. And that is the difference that makes the difference. So my challenge for you is, do you have bounce back ability? Do you have that trait that McIlroy has got in spade loads? I'm sure this morning he's absolutely exhausted, mentally, physically. He's got nothing else that he can squeeze out of him, but he has done it. He's achieved that legendary status. He will go now down in the history books and be studied with that elite group who have achieved what only 6 players have achieved in 90 years of the history of the golf game. And he's realised his goal and his destiny in terms of what he wanted to achieve. So that's his secret. Bounce back ability. It's a key ingredient that we all need in our DNA. Have you got it innately within your DNA? And how do you really harness the power of bounce back ability? Congratulations, Rory McIlroy. From me, until next time, bye for now.